Well, Gertjan, obviously a late goal can sometimes cloud things because of the result. What did you think of the performance overall tonight?
We had in the first half some defense problems. We give too many chances away. Still we were leading. We had also our chances. Second half defense was better, and still we got quite good chances. 2 times the bar. Yeah, and in both moments that we had a big chance, also in the last minute, it was to Ray. We can decide the game in our in a positive way, but then in the counter attack they scored the 2-1, and that's sad. That's a pity.
It seemed to be a very open game, much like the first game between you guys earlier in the season. How important, though, has Halloran been, or his absence tonight, in terms of just entrance into the opposition half? Do you think there was less control in that respect as a consequence?
No, I don't talk about players who are not there. So we have to do it with this team, and I think this team could win today. We have had our chances. Defense was better than last week. Not good, but better. So we deserve more, but not always you get what you deserve. So.
You're still in a confident mood about your making the finals. You're still in a good position.
I'm totally not focused on getting to the finals. I'm focused on what to do for the next game, and hopefully we get some players back next week again. And we have to get more stability. You see now the changes in the team and on my bench. We have problems with defense players. Yeah, hopefully Mark and Straney are next week present. And hopefully we have the last few games we can play with all the players, so I can select them in quality to win games. And the last few weeks we had a lot of injured players, but that's also for the opponent. And still, I think we could have done things better than we did till now. And also today, if you don't score on the right moments, you can always have in the last minute a goal against, and that happened.
We've seen today Newcastle beat Perth, Victory have beaten you. Is this just a league where on the day anyone can beat anyone, pretty much?
No, I think Perth and Sydney has, of course, also another competition to play now, the Champions League, even Victory. Of course, they had this week they had a week off, so the trainer could train the whole week. So that's an advantage for Victory. But I said already, there where the most money is, they perform the best. Yeah, maybe Victory is disappointed this season, but maybe they have a good end of the competition, and maybe give this the team motivation to make more of it than till now.
Thoughts on how Riley Reid performed tonight? It was obviously very energetic, but there were moments where do you think he needs a reference point in certain aspects of play?
I don't talk after the game about individual players. Yeah, so it is a team performance. I did it once, and that I regret. And everybody is talking about that, so I cannot better do that.
Do you have a view about playing at a ground like this? It's very big and
it's awful.
And the pitch is terrible, isn't it?
No, the pitch okay, but even for the fans, but also for the football players, it's not a nice environment to play in such a big stadium, so far away from the public. So I don't know why we have to play in such a stadium. Amy Park here is also on the corner. But that's not up to me, that's not what I decide, and that's not why we lost. But it's a pity for the football. For the AFL, it's a fantastic stadium.
Yeah. Next
next week you've got Western United. You said you're only looking forward to the next game, but if you do lose that one, it's 3 from 3. So is that one of the most important games so far this season for your side?
No.
So how do you adjust, let's say, going into next week? What aspects do you think need to change? Is it more situational with respect to how the team was defending, or in relation to how they're attacking as well?
If it's okay for you guys, I want to close this game first before I get thoughts about the next game.
So, just summing up then, your view of this game, you felt it was just you're lacking concentration in defence, you let the late goal in, you didn't really pick up Rojas properly as he drove through. That was the two big errors for you?
No, I didn't say that.
Well, you said that you were poor in defence in the first half, better in the second half.
I didn't say that we were poor in the first half. I think we even were better than last week, but still we had to improve.
You said we had in the first half some defensive problems.
Yeah, but
We had too many
that's
chances away, but we were better in the
yeah,
second.
but that's some different than poor. Last game we were poor in the defense. We given away the goals. And you can discuss about these goals we give away. It started with a throw-in, and then Roas was focusing more on maybe a ball who was coming. Mikko Bolland has to defend him, and he was a little bit too late. Yeah, and then there's a goal. And the second one, there's a counter-attack. We have the ball, and I played in the end of the game. Played with Louis Dericcio, 18 years. And he make a mistake because when you're last man and you have just attacked, you can't give the ball away an opponent in the midfield. And in the last 20 minutes we played with Louis is 18, 15-year-old Touré and 19-year-old Coussini. And that's how we want to do it. And I'm satisfied about the players who come in. Because Mohamed get also a big chance. It was a beautiful run from him and Coussini. Coussini make space for Mohamed, and Mohamed was at the right moment in the deep, and he's fast. He's been a little bit unlucky by the goalkeeper. It's also a good job for the goalkeeper, and that's the future for Adelaide, to bring young players, and develop the players to get the idea of football, what's attractive, because we have to also to see our spectators. We have to more people in the stadium, otherwise it's going to the wrong side. Because they generate money, and you have to have money to get better players.
Well, you come from a country that is obviously very well known for producing young players and giving them a chance at top clubs. What you've seen then of young players in Australia, do you think the technical ability is here? Do you think that young players here are as good as anywhere else?
The under-20 has played a tournament or some games in Holland, and they're beaten by Ajax 4-0, I believe. They won from Twente, but there's a big difference from Twente under 19 and the Ajax youth. So when I compare Louis Dericcio with players from Ajax who are 17 or 18, some players already play Champions League in that age. They play Champions League with the under 19. And the competition in Holland is good in the under 19. So they play 60, 70 games at that age on a very good and high level. And Louis Dericcio had last year played 10 games. So tactical and also technical in a little space, the players are much better. And much further than players here at 17, 18, 19 years old.
So with that time and continuity, do you think, in what aspects do you think he's improved? Is it like with that time and being able to play at a consistent level, in what aspects do you think he's improved in that case? Is it more tactical or is it technical?
I don't understand the question.
With Lewis, with more time that he's had to play, in what aspects has he improved in that case?
The young players, when they're sometimes a little bit naive. The way he gives the ball away, it's a youth player, and now he's made that one, I don't think the next time, I didn't say that he never make one again, but he's thinking about it now, because I will tell him that. Last week he was making an own goal, because there's a free kick. Don't turn your back to the free kick. You go through his back or his shoulder in the goal. Stand like a man and keep your ball on your chest or on your head. You can use your head, not your hands. But that's things you have to learn. And you can only learn by doing it. Yeah, that's the experience they miss. And if they never play, they never get experienced players. So we can get to say next year, if we buy someone from a foreign country, or we search an Australian who is 28 or 29 or 32. Then he will don't get the experience he needs to become a good player and maybe a player for the national team.
Do you think maybe we should change the rules here and insist that every team starts with 3 players under 23 or something like that, or under 20, so that everyone has to play in the A-League?
No, the only rule is that you make rules to improve the football. Yeah, and if that's if you, it's also the money. Older people are more expensive. Younger players, you start with a low contract, and you can't sell players here an Australian club can't sell a player to an Australian club. That's also in Europe is different. Yeah. So when a young player is ending his contract, you have to give him more money. Otherwise, he will go, and that's also strange. Yeah. So if you do your job well, and when it's going like this, and Louis is 2-3 years, and then he's 21, he's an experienced player on that position. He's interesting for every. Ben Helen is scoring last week's every week. Yeah, and he's running out of contract. Yeah, he's interesting for every club in the A-League, maybe even an Asian club. So there has to be changed something in the A-League, some rules. It's also different that we now play for the 3rd time to Victory. Yeah, and we have 3 times Sydney, and we have 2 times Perth, I believe. We have 2 times. I don't know exactly now. But some teams you have 3 times, sometimes 2. It's also strange. It's not honest. Yeah, but there are the rules here in Australia, and I come here and I'm a foreigner, so I know before I started that the rules are like that. But I don't think it will help to improve the quality of football. And that's the same with playing in the heat. Yeah, I've played games with 38, 39 degrees on 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Why don't we play in late afternoon at 7 o'clock? Yeah, that's also, I think it's even dangerous for players. There's also a rule why I don't have influence of. But I say, yeah, when it's more nice to play football, then is the temperature a little bit lower than 38 or 39 degrees. Yeah, when you have a duel and someone is grabbing to his head, yeah, the referee has to stop, because maybe it's dangerous for the player. Yeah, but we let players play with 38, 39 degrees. So I don't understand what's going on in the health of the players. It's always the most important is the health of the players. But I'm not the man who is going over the things. So like I can sometimes cry something, if you ask me.
No, but it's important that senior coaches like you make these points, because otherwise...
They don't listen to us.
Well, Eric Mandela says the same thing.
Yeah, but we as trainers, they don't ask us. Nobody asking us. The owners don't, the PFA don't. They only listen to Fox. And they are paying, so yeah, we have to listen. The ones who pays, who decides. That's everywhere in life. Only in a marriage it doesn't work like that.
Okay.
Yeah.